Hey guys, it's me, Zell, and we are here with another Star Wars reaction video. We are continuing on the watch through of Star Wars Thrawn #1, Part 2. This is the audio comic from Star Wars Audio Comics. Thanks so much to the channel for letting me read, listen, watch your stuff. You guys do good work. Love the voice actors and the sound effects, everything you put together to make these comics come to life on YouTube. So if you guys haven't seen their stuff before, check them out. I recommend subbing to their channel. They put a lot of stuff out, a lot of good comics that you may not have seen before, or maybe you want to see it in a new way. So definitely recommend checking them out. And thanks again to Diego, the Patreon, for suggesting this reaction and getting their verbal okay for this. So I'm excited to continue it, so let's get straight to it. Again, this is Star Wars Thrawn #1, Part 2 of audio comment. So let's get to it. Comic comment. I mix up words.
Previously.
Oh, good. They do it previously. That's great.
Halt! Identify yourself.
Once they set
I love
their minds
it.
to something, they succeed or die in the attempt.
Thrawn Naruto. But I believe it would be easier for you to just call me Thrawn.
That'll be another of your duties. Learn as much as you can about him, his home world, and his people.
His name is Skywalker. Anakin Skywalker.
We've been invited to the metallurgy lab tonight to play cards with Spank Orber and Rosita Turi. Is this what Chiss do? See a trap and just walk into it?
Sometimes walking into a trap is the best strategy. There are few traps that cannot be.
I mean, if you know it's coming.
I suppose you're wondering why Spence and I asked you two here tonight.
You said it was to play cards.
Rosita and I wanted to pick your friend's brain on tactics and strategy. I'm having some trouble in a couple of my battle simulation
We
classes.
figured you could help with all your military experience, if what we heard was true.
I am happy to share my experience. Have you a specific question?
I'm interested in the idea of traps. Take these cards.
Interesting.
If I'm holding a King's Lane, there's no way any of you can beat me. But you won't know that until it's too late.
How would you prepare for that kind of situation?
A King's Lane is
He's
indeed
like, what's going on?
But recall that there are 3 equivalent runs in the deck. Any of them would stagger yours and lead to mutual deadlock.
You have any idea what the odds are against getting 2 King's Lanes in the same deal?
As you say, such runs are rare.
More rare,
likely
yeah.
you hold a Prince's Lane at best, or a cube, or triad.
How does he
In
know
that
all this
event,
stuff?
What you described as a trap would more likely be termed simply a bluff.
Okay, but you're avoiding the question. I didn't ask for a dissertation on game theory.
They're being
asked what
hostile,
you would
but we're
do
not
if I had
surprised.
an unbeatable hand.
There is no such hand. As I suggested earlier, I might have a King's Lane of my own. In that case, a challenge would mean mutual destruction, and that is never the preferred option. You have not yet made your challenge. It is not too late to choose another.
But none would be more satisfying.
As you wish. A moment, if you will.
Wow.
I believe you are about to make a challenge.
What's going on here?
Cadets Orbar and Toroi are running a test, sir. My translator and I are observing their progress.
Lieutenant! Very well. Carry on.
What?
There is no guaranteed winning hand, Cadet Orbar.
So he whipped it out in his favor.
Do not forget that.
Well, that was fun. So you knew he was gonna pull that?
You yourself suggested his tactic this afternoon. What did you learn tonight?
Anticipate your enemy. Figure out what he's doing, and then try to stay a step ahead of him.
Which is
A step
exactly
ahead
what he
to
does.
decide. When an attack comes, it is usually best to be out of the target zone if possible.
Yes, I can see how that could be handy. Though I guess you can't always choose.
Hey! Get him!
If he's too injured to complete his training, he'd have no choice but to drop out. The Emperor's grand experiment will fail, and I'd be free. Back to my life as planned. What the hell am I thinking? Hey, you! Bright Eyes!
Yeah, what are you thinking?
Hey, what's going on here?
Run!
Are you all right?
I'm fine. You?
My injuries are minor, despite appearances. Your assistance was most timely. Thank you.
Sorry I couldn't do more. I was on the wrong side of the hedge. I gather you heard them coming?
There is a particular trait all predators tend to use. A balance.
Yeah,
between
he pushed
silence
them,
and
right?
Speed. Humans use a version of this trait.
Thanks for getting me out of the way. I've had
Oh, he
just enough
did.
training to know I'm not
Interesting.
very good at this.
You are welcome. And now I believe
He
it
was
is time for us
protective
to
of the
see
guy?
Commandant Deanlock.
All right. Cadets Obar and Turi.
So
set
Thrawn
out
actually
their
likes
safety safe.
Eli, and
Did you actually hear them calling in the men who attacked you?
No, sir, we didn't. But the comlink record should give you the necessary indicators.
Yes, they should. Unless the assailants were an entirely separate bunch.
They were not. They came across the southwest corner of the parade ground, moving with speed and stealth. The only way for them to have independently identified us was with electro-binoculars.
Which none of them had.
Obar's family has a lot to say about what happens on Coruscant. I've put up with Obar's antics for almost 4 years because of it.
They would not risk going outside
Richie
their
Rich and
closest circle of friends.
powerful people
I
get in their
assume
way.
those suspects would be from the same social level as Cadets Orbar and Turoi.
If you're suggesting I'm going to look the other way on this, Cadet, I strongly suggest you revise your thinking. Yes, I am concerned about the potential political fallout here, but I can't let this slide, and I won't.
I'm
Good.
gratified to hear that, Commandant. Let me then suggest an alternative means of action. After the attackers have been found, I recommend they be transferred to starfighter pilot training.
You
Interesting.
don't want them to be charged? Pilot training is hardly what I'd consider a punishment.
It is not intended to be. All three show the aptitude and aura necessary for fightercraft pilots. It was obvious from their method of attack.
What?
The way
Wow.
they moved. It was the mark of instinctive combat pilots. I
Interesting.
believe the starfighter program at the Skystrike Academy is equally capable to the one here at the Royal Academy.
The Sky Strike's far better with pilots than we are, and there's no reason to tell Obar or Turi where their fellow conspirators disappeared to. Is there?
Utilizing
suggest that
people
the
for
three
the
begin
greater
their
good?
training-
Dang. I mean, the greater good of the
Niji
Empire.
Cthulhu. Is there a word in basic for that?
Yes, incommunicado. Can they be held incommunicado, Commandant?
On Sky Strike? It's hard not to be incommunicado there. And you're right. I imagine even Obar might learn to behave himself after 3 of his conspirators disappear without a trace.
For a human like Cadet Orbar, this uncertainty will prove a useful lesson. One can hope he will take it to his core and become a better person and officer.
It's worth a shot, if you're sure you want to do it this way.
Allow me to state it more strongly. If you bring the attackers to court-martial, I will not testify against them.
Is this how you do things in the unknown regions, Cadet? A bypass for laws and regulations and get what you want through blackmail or extortion?
We attempt to solve problems.
Yeah?
This is the solution that is best for the Empire as a whole.
What is
Wasn't
up
you
his
Lieutenant Flag
sleeves? He
Deanlock
just...
gave you at the graduation ceremony?
Evidently, he forgot he had already given me one,
I guess you can keep the other one as a souvenir.
or find another use for it. Interesting. I am to be second weapons officer aboard the Gozanti-class cruiser Bloodcrow.
Nice.
And you? I presume you asked for a supply officer position.
I did. Good chance I got it, too. Bigger ships are always hurting for supply
Let's see what he
personnel.
gets.
The Blood Crow?
Oh,
Aid to Lieutenant Thrawn. Lieutenants don't get aids, ever.
oh
You set this
no.
up with the Emperor, didn't you?
The Emperor does
Making
not
enemies
speak to
already.
me, nor have I spoken with him since my first day on this world.
This didn't happen by accident. You must have said something. What
Uh-oh.
was it?
The
Uh-oh.
Bloodcrow is scheduled for duty in border sectors where Cybisti may be spoken. I merely pointed out it might be beneficial to have 2 officers aboard who understand the language. If you wish,
He likes you.
I will
Eli, take it
refuse
as a
to accept you in
compliment.
that position.
No point. The Navy doesn't change orders just because junior officers don't like them. When you're an admiral, we'll see what you can do.
Very well.
Very well.
I shall strive to achieve that rank as quickly as possible.
Which
Chiefs
he
do not make
does.
idle boasts or promises. Once they set their minds to something, they succeed. Or die in
Dang.
the attempt.
Wow. Well, they certainly do. Dang. So that one was more simple, straight, like kind of like one little moment happening with some conflict with students, which we already knew was coming. Eli kind of told him that. It's Eli, right? I hope I'm not butchering the companion's name. Yeah, so very interesting indeed about how they will... Oh, good, is Eli, sorry. How he almost doesn't have any fear or worries. He's just like analyzing every situation. So if a conflict comes to him, he's like, what information can I get out of the situation? They're attacking me, or I sense they were attacking me, so I can only... And he was absorbing information even amidst the attack. He pushed Eli out of the way. Like, clearly he's showing that he likes or appreciates the guy. Maybe it's not necessarily in an affectionate way, but maybe it's just he finds him useful. So it's logic to protect him and keep him by his side. Is that how they think? Like, everything's just analyzing and thinking and not any sense of emotions attached? Because he certainly doesn't really display much emotions. They're just very, yes. Very interesting sort of thing. So... multiple moments showing that he was just taking and absorbing the information he was dealt and ran with it, and he gets his way, and him being so confident and sure of himself and going, just like Eli said at the end, he's like, they really strive in what they want and succeed, and if they don't, they'll die for it. So that's exactly what we've seen demonstrated. So really excited to see additional one. That was really good first parter, so I'm excited for the second issue. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Thanks again to Star Wars Audio Comics. I recommend you subscribe and check them out because they offer a lot of the Thrawn ones if you want to see this for yourself, but other ones as well. And otherwise, I will see you on the next one.